Minecraft is a game for everyone, right? That's what the ESRB wants you to think. Haven't you realized that you can go to literal hell in this game? And have you seen the Minecraft videos on YouTube? Or at least some of them? Well, with this being for everyone, this includes the sickos like me. So there are bound to be some scary theories about the lore and about the world. And those are what we're exploring today. And if you like this video and want to see more Minecraft, head on over to our Minecraft channel, Minecraft Nightmare, okay? It's like this, but Minecraft instead of FNAF. Plus I wear this crown and a king robe all the time, okay? It's fun. Okay. Let's do it. And 10 frog lights. In the new 1.19 update, Minecraft added one of the cutest mobs ever, the frog. They are literally the most like my dog Minecraft mob ever, and it makes me love them so much more. However, when a frog eats a magma cube, the smallest one, depending on the type of frog, you'll get one of 3 frog lights. This makes me think, what ungodly process is happening inside of this frog to turn a magma cube into a placeable light block? And it's honestly absolutely terrifying to think about because this is seemingly a cube made of stacks of hot rock and lava that this frog is just swallowing whole and then pooping out a light in no time at all. What process could even cause this, and does this frog need to have superpowers in order to do it? Well, this may sound like a science-based game theory episode. This is a serious question that I have, because we all know that Steve is extremely strong, but is the frog stronger because of this? I don't really have the ability to dive in deeper into this idea on this list, but maybe I can look at it for another video on Minecraft Nightmare or something, because that I need to know. And at 9, abandoned villages. All around Minecraft you can find certain structures that you already know of, alright? You love them. Villages, temples, ancient cities, pillager outposts, and more. But among them is one that honestly has been kind of bothering me, okay? An abandoned village. Also known as a zombie village, is an abandoned variant of the village that has zombie villager inhabitants in place of normal villagers and run-down buildings with some blocks being replaced by cobwebs and vines, which is an easy way to actually distinguish and identify them as you're coming up to them. If you see cobwebs, it's abandoned. However, the question that I have is, why are these designed the same as the current villages? I mean, sure, currently it would technically make sense, but wouldn't it make more sense to have abandoned villages actually look like the original village style from prior to the Village and Pillage update? Those villages, while old and not the best, are still part of Minecraft's history. Wouldn't it make more sense for those style villages to be abandoned after a zombie outbreak so that they could move to a better and more secure style? Like, why is this not a thing already? Mojang, please listen to me. One time, just once, please. And at 8, goat horns. Goat horns are certainly an interesting concept, like, honestly, okay? Being added in the 1.19 update, despite the goats being added in 1.18, there are multiple different goat horn variants, 8 to be exact. Ponder, sing, seek, feel, admire, call, yearn, and dream. And no, not that one. However, the question I have is, why do these make different noises, okay? Like, when you're using a blowing horn in real life, the sound it makes, from what I understand at least, is dependent on how the person is playing it and their mouth movement and airflow and whatnot. The horn itself does make an impact in the pitch, like the longer and wider it is, the deeper the tone, but the horn itself doesn't make a whole damn song. So how could this be the case in Minecraft aside from the typical "it's a video game, stupid" line? Well, maybe it's just a matter of the interior of the horn. I mean, maybe the inside of the horn, like the hollow bit, has grown in such a way that the sound inside the horn is actually thrown around in a certain pattern that makes this sound. I mean, in theory it's possible, but with there only being 8 types of horn, does this mean that the goat gene pool is really that small? Meaning that all these goats, much like the fixins on a sandwich, are inbred. Could it be that they were so close to extinction that the ancient builders had to revive their race with, limited resources? And at 7, the Minecraft Nations. At 1 minute and 33 seconds into the trailer for Minecraft Legends, the book that a villager is reading flips past a page that has 3 symbols on it. I believe that these symbols represent the nations or the groups that we will have to recruit in Legends story mode. The one on the far right seems to be an LA, with the crown on its head. I'm guessing the LA King. I would know. And the middle seems to be the Skeleton King with a very weird crown, and the far left seems to be a zombie with what looks like either an empty head or a small brain. But either way, given the context, I'm guessing that they're the Zombie King, or at least the leader of the zombie faction or clan or whatever it is. This could also be a reference to the secret paintings added in 1.19 that seem to be similar to the nations from Avatar: The Last Airbender: fire, earth, air, and water, but these are actually currently unused, hinting to me that they may be unfinished. Since with with these kings in Legends, they could be representing air, water, and earth. Okay, fire could either be us, the humans, or the piglins that are invading. But since they didn't want to give that away just yet, they put in placeholders for us to speculate about in game. But you know what? I think that that's a pretty solid explanation. And at 6, color delay. We see a couple different colors of allay in the trailer for Minecraft Legends, a blue one and a gold one. At first, I thought the golden one was the allay king that I mentioned earlier, like literally last number, but I'm not sure that that's the case anymore. The possibility of color delay has been in the base game since Minecraft 1.19 released, okay? It was just a rumor, but it ended up being false. But in Legends, I think that they're serving multiple purposes. The blue allay seem to be like the ones from normal Minecraft. They grab items, but in this game, instead of bringing them to a chest, they bring them to you. It's just the mechanic with these kind of games, including Diablo. But gold or yellow allay, I prefer gold because, you know, king, are seemingly the builders. They help build the, what I guess is a fort in the trailer. I'm pretty sure it's a fort. Which is why the yellow allay don't actually show up in Minecraft. Although it is possible that they will get added in the future. I mean, we now have the place structure command that lets you place down things like abandoned mine shafts and whatnot. So maybe in a future creative update, it will be possible to have yellow allay build these structures for us in survival if we end up getting them the proper blocks, which would be extremely cool and extremely interesting. I don't think we'd be able to make custom structures for it though. Halfway through into number 5, Minecraft Multiverse. While seemingly Hermitcraft is introducing the Minecraft Multiverse with Grian's Rift, the greater Minecraft Multiverse may be starting thanks to Minecraft Legends and Dungeons. Quote from the Minecraft Legends article on Minecraft.net. Stories are powerful. They create a bridge between us and generations long past, as well as the ones to come. We want to tell you another story about a peaceful coexistence where adventurers did not get chills when hearing hissing, groans, or the clatter of bones. And this is backed by the fact that in the beginning of the trailer there are zombie villagers playing next to normal villagers and not trying to kill them. The website specifically says where adventurers did not, and you know what, I read that as never did, even before the piglins invaded. So, could this be a universe where we're in essence always on peaceful mode? Add to that how Bedrock and Java have to be different universes because the same seeds have different worlds in the different versions and they have different rules and generation styles, and then a whole thing like with the Wither and how it has more HP in Bedrock, and you know what? I think that we have quite the no way home level conundrum on our hands for Minecraft. And at 4, Warden senses. Now is it just me or does anyone think that there's something fishy going on with the Warden, okay? I mean, like, he's blind and can smell and hear you, yeah, but when I'm 12 blocks away through a 12 block thick wall, how is he still able to use his shrieking attack and absolutely destroy me, okay? It doesn't make sense. Like, through 12 meters of solid stone, there is no way that a Warden can smell me, absolutely, or hear me, especially if I'm sneaking. Yet he's still able to nearly one-shot me. How? I think that it's because he can do more than just smell or hear you, okay? He uses more than that to guide him. I recently captured a Warden in a live stream, okay? Yes, I actually captured one, it's a long story. But what I realized quickly was that when he locks onto you, he can follow you for quite the distance. I was flying around on an elytra and he was still able to follow me, despite me being over 30 blocks away. Way out of smell or sound range. And I think it's because the Warden does have a form of sight, okay? I think that he can see your soul. I mean, like, he does have them inside of him, as we can see, you know, they're on his chest, and that's really the Skulk's whole shtick. But, I mean, if the Warden being able to see your soul like some weird Daredevil vision would make sense as to why he prioritizes the player when getting angry, and how he can follow you from so far away. Getting close to the end, and at number 3, souls. Is it possible that any experiments going on with souls, be it with the Illagers or otherwise, actually came from the Skulk? Skulk is known to contain souls, okay? This is evident. Skulk blocks hold XP that you can get by breaking it with a hoe, Skulk Catalyst turns souls into Skulk, and Skulk Shriekers have souls swimming around inside of them like that scene from the first live-action Scooby-Doo movie. Okay, they also literally scream whenever they hear anything. And even the Warden has souls in its chest, like I just mentioned. Going by Steve's standards, he would actually have to have at least 25 human souls inside of him. And if we consider the amount of hearts as a measure of this, that would be pretty accurate. And if instead he also absorbed the Wither, he would have had to have 10 souls of the Ancient Builders and the Wither, which means that when he emerged from the portal, he killed 10 Ancient Builders and then the Wither, and then everyone else ran away. Or in Bedrock, he didn't even kill the Wither because the Wither has 600 health, which is more than the Warden, which means that we do have 2 different universes going on. But again, that's for the other number because I don't want to talk about that again, my brain hurts. But ultimately, in at number 2, Warden's Savior. It was also proposed that the ancient race of builders actually actually ended up being saved from the Wither by the Warden, hence the mention of killing the Wither. On disc 5, you can actually hear the Wither slowly blasting its way down into the depths of the earth, until it eventually breaks through into an ancient city, after which a portal, seemingly the structure in the middle of the ancient city, is lit. However, instead of going through it, something instead comes out, this being the skulk, including the scream of the Warden, which if you pay close attention to, the scream actually contains the sound of the Wither dying. As to what the ancient builders did with the Nether Star is unknown, however, considering the power of the Warden, I'm guessing that they probably ran away and then let the Nether Star end up decomposing, or I guess just despawn if you want to use the game terms. But then they tried living amongst the skulk as a protector, hence all the wool in an ancient city, but eventually they realized that that just wasn't gonna happen. And this is backed up in game, okay? A Warden will absolutely destroy a Wither in like 5 hits on Java Edition, and since he's immune to the Wither effect, he can take on multiple Withers at once without a scratch, okay? It's insane. Dude's a tank. And finally, in number 1, Woodland Mansion Wool. I want to point out an odd detail that I noticed, and I'm not really quite sure what implications it has. Remember those piles of wool in Woodland Mansions that we all assumed was the Illagers trying to rebuild Steve? Well, it's actually my theory that this was never the case. Those piles of wool actually appear in ancient cities, known in the structures lists as camps 1, 2, and 3. They all contain the same wool found in Woodland Mansions, as well as dark oak logs. Now, the fact that these contain both the same color of wool and actual wooden blocks that are used to make the Woodland Mansion, that makes me connect these two locations, alright? Obviously, Woodland Mansions were not built by the Illagers, they had to move in after it got abandoned. Okay, my thought is that the ancient builders learned of a way to make an end portal, hence the prototype of wool in one room, but they wanted to put it down low so that they could protect it from maybe Illagers or something like that. So they moved to the bottom of the world and made their first portal, which they lit to escape the Wither, and then it let the Skulkin Warden through. So, in an effort to escape after they learned that, you know, wool wasn't gonna help them after bringing it down from the Woodland Mansion, they fled further up where the Skulk couldn't reach them, and then they made their proper portal there, hence why strongholds cannot generate below level 0. I mean, hell, maybe even the ancient builders are the ones who made the first Illagers in some weird experiment with the Skulk before discovering the portal, or after discovering the first portal trying to make the second one, or something like that. Okay, it's possible. That's all the time we have for today though, friends. Thank you all so much for watching. I have been Showerman Connor Monroe, and I'll see you in another video on Minecraft Nightmare. Go check it out. Okay, links in the description. Do it!